Alright guys, welcome to MMA on Wheels, first video of the year regarding the first fight night, MACKENZIE DERN versus RIBAS 2. And to be honest, I have no idea how the first fight ended. I don't usually watch them. Anyways guys, let's go through the card. We're going to start with Nuru Aliev versus Joe Solecki, whatever his name is. I'm gonna go with the favorite of this fight, which is Nuru Aliev. I believe he's going to submit Joe Solecki. Then we move on to the next fight. We have Fatima Klein or Fatima Kline. Not really sure if she's German or American or whatever she is, versus Victoria Dudakova. If you remember correctly, guys, Victoria is that girl that had the staph infection down there and she fought, and you know what happened the next fight. The fighter got submitted there. It wasn't fun. I'm gonna go with Fatima Klein is actually the favorite here, but I'm going to go with Dudakova, whatever her name is, and I'm going to give her the decision win. Okay, we move on. Just a second. We have Bahrain's Magomed Gajiasov, sounds like a Dagestani guy, versus a Brazilian, Bruno Lopes. Magomed is the favorite. He's either going to wrestle or wrestle the Brazilian till the end of the rounds, have a boring win or something like this, or the Brazilian is going to knock him out. I'm gonna go with Bruno Lopes knockout. We move on to the next fight. We have Ernesta Karetkaite from Lithuania versus Nico Cagliari from Brazil. It's a 50-50, guys. I think I'm going to go with Lithuania. I like the Lithuanian fighters, they're usually pretty good, so I'm gonna go with Ernesta here, and it's going to be a decision. We have a really interesting fight. I really like Preston Parsons versus Jacoby Smith, and I'm going to go with Jacoby Smith though. He is the favorite. I believe he has the power, I believe he has the skills, and I believe that he's going to win against Preston. And I'm going to go with a finish in the second round. Then we move on to lightweight. We have Thiago Moises versus Trey Ogden. It's a 50-50 fight. In my opinion, this is going to be either a knockout for Thiago or just a split decision win for either of those guys. Then we move on to middleweight. We have Ihor Potieria versus Marco Tulio. And guys, I've said it before, I will say it again. Ihor is going to lose this fight. It's going to be either a submission, knockout, doesn't really matter. He's going to lose this fight. I believe that this guy needs a strong team behind him that really pays attention to him to develop his skill set. Otherwise, he's going to be just like smiling Sam Alvey, just a company man who's going to take all those fights that people don't want to. So Marco Tulio is going to win this. Flyweight, Jose Johnson, whatever. I don't know, guys. Is he Brazilian? Is he Mexican? Is he just American with a Latino name? I'm not really sure. Jose Johnson versus Felipe Bunes or Bunes. Guys, let's go for a knockout. Jose knocks out Felipe. Then we move on. Okay, this is an interesting fight, guys. We have Punahele Suriano versus Uroš Medic. And this, guys, is going to be a banger in my opinion. We have two really good strikers, and Punahele can really wrestle really good. He has a good ground game. I'm gonna go with Uroš, and I believe that he's knocking out Punahele in the first round. It's going to be a right hook that knocks him out. Alright. Then we move on to featherweight. Christian Rodriguez versus Austin Bashi. I'm not really sure if I've ever seen a fight of Austin Bashi. I see that isn't this guy that's making his debut today? Maybe he's making his debut. Maybe he's a BJJ guy, not really sure. I've heard his name, but I haven't seen him fight, to be honest. Or maybe I just don't remember. So, who knows, guys. Christian Rodriguez is maybe the more experienced fighter, but I'm gonna go with Austin. Give him the decision win. If it's his debut, it's going to be a little bit tough for him, but he's going to be winning this according to the matchmakers. Alright. RC. We have Action Man Chris Curtis versus Roman Kupilov, and in this case I'm just going to go with Roman Kupilov because Chris Curtis, I don't really like the guy. I used to like him, but he complains all the time. I like what he said about the Alex Pereira fight, that he got offered this fight, he declined because he didn't have a way to win it. Fair enough, you admitted that you're the weaker fighter, but honestly guys, all this dude does is just complaining all the fucking time, and it's not fun. I recently saw an interview with him, or was it a quote that he said something about Sean Strickland? Just a second. Here is the co-host, and he said that they were going to fight, that he's going to injure Sean Strickland before the Dracus fight. Guys, this is mental. Yeah, what can I say? I hope Chris Curtis gets knocked out by Roman Kupilov, the Russian bigger Chase Hooper. Alright, moving on. Cesar Almeida versus Abdul Razak Al Hassan. It's a tough fight, guys. It's a 50-50 here. I'm gonna go with Abdul Razak. Yeah, decision win for Abdul Razak. And then we move on to the co-main event. It's a welterweight fight between Carlston Harris and Santiago Ponzinibbio. It's a really interesting story here, guys. I remember Carlston Harris, he's from, I think from Guyana or something like this. And when he got signed, it was one of those Dana White shows. It was either Dana White Contender Series or Looking for a Fight or something. It might have been Looking for a Fight, the one that he was doing with Matt Serra and Dean Thomas, maybe? Yeah. So it was one of those shows, and Carlston Harris had a really amazing performance in that fight, and then was like, I'm gonna give this kid the contract, but I don't usually do this because he's old. And Carlston Harris, he was in his 30s, he was 31, 32 back then. He has had his ups and downs in his UFC career, but I really like his style. Santiago Ponzinibbio is really tough as well. He is the favorite, but the odds are really close, minus 135, plus 114. So I'm gonna go with Carlston, and I'm going to give him the knockout win against Santiago. And we move on to the main event, Mackenzie Dern versus Amanda Ribas. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. Is it Ribas? Is it Ribas? I gotta ask some Brazilians about this pronunciation. Anyways, guys, we all know why you wanna watch this fight. The camera guy is gonna point the camera at the correct spot, correct angle, correct moment. We're gonna see some ground game from Mackenzie Dern. What can I say? Number 6 versus number 8. I don't really remember how their first fight ended, so I'm going to ignore it. I don't care. We have Amanda. She's the favorite here. Maybe she won the last fight in that case. Amanda has really good striking sometimes. Sometimes she sucks. It's just her mentality, I guess. Meanwhile, we have Mackenzie Dern with the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Let's put it that way. Amanda Ribas is going to dominate Mackenzie in the striking department. Mackenzie is going to go for the clinch, and she's going to be dominating the clinch, I believe. I believe that Mackenzie is a little bit stronger. She will dominate the clinch. She will try to take down Amanda, but Amanda is comfortable on the ground. She really doesn't care. She can fight on the ground with Mackenzie. And I'm going to give her the win here. I'm going to give it to Amanda Ribas, and it's going to be either a doctor stoppage because she's going to cut Mackenzie Dern, just like it happened a couple of fights ago, I believe, or she's going to get a decision win. I don't think that Mackenzie is going to submit her, guys. Anyways, thanks for watching. As I said, we are going to be rebranding the channel. It's not going to be MMA on Wheels anymore. Or maybe it will stay in MMA on Wheels. One of my friends said that MMA on Wheels is fun, so we will see about this. And I won't be making so many videos from my car anymore. And this might be the next to you guys, right here. We might be making the new videos here. Either here or right there. Anyways, guys, as I said, thank you for watching. Leave a comment, subscribe, like, share, whatever you want to do. Leave a dislike if you don't like the video, and just tell me what you think about this main card. I think it's a fun card, but it's not the best way to start the year. The next events are going to be awesome, but this one is kinda, yeah, here, have something. It's the first event of the year. Just have something. Alright guys, see you next time.